Welcome back, everyone. As you know, we often kick things off by looking at the AI Agent Store website. It really helps us sort through the most interesting tools out there. And today, we're zeroing in on one that's, well, powerful, but maybe a bit different. ComfyUI. You find it at comfy.org. Our goal here is pretty simple. Figure out what exactly this thing is, why certain people swear by it, and importantly, how it fits into this world full of autonomous agents, especially since it doesn't quite seem to be one.
Yeah, that's the really interesting part. ComfyUI itself, it's fundamentally an open source, node-based generative AI platform. Think of it maybe like building with digital blocks. You connect these nodes, these specific function blocks, to build out really custom workflows. And that's for images, video, even 3D and audio stuff. It's about actually building the process.
Okay, building the process. Let's get into that. So the main thing is using this visual editor, right? Connecting nodes to design these quite complex AI pipelines from start to finish. And the folks using it, it sounds like a very specific crowd. Creative technologists, you mentioned 3D and VFX artists, researchers.
Indie developers, too. Content creators who need really granular control.
Right, people where the final quality really depends on tweaking every little detail. And that probably explains the big draw. It's free, it's open source, and you can run it on your own machine.
Exactly. That local operation means speed, total control, and, keeping costs down.
Though I saw they have announced a Comfy Cloud beta, so maybe a browser option is coming.
Yeah, there's a beta announced, but the core appeal, I think, is still that deep control you get running it locally. But this focus on user control brings up something a bit surprising when you look at the data we track. ComfyUI only has a 14% autonomy level. Just 14%.
14. Wow, okay. That seems really low compared to other things we discuss.
It is. And this is really the key thing for you listening to understand. ComfyUI is not built to be an autonomous AI agent. It just isn't. It's designed as a modular workflow platform, that low score. It means it needs constant human input, human direction. Every operation is started by the user. It runs workflows you design. It doesn't make its own calls or independent decisions. Think precision tool, not thinking machine.
Okay, so if it's only 14% autonomous, why is it even relevant in the context of AI agents, like the ones we see on the AI agent store? It almost sounds like the opposite.
But it's like essential plumbing. You can't have these sophisticated autonomous agents doing complex creative tasks without powerful, reliable tools underneath them to actually do the work. ComfyUI provides that high-control, high-fidelity pipeline. An agent might decide to generate a complex 3D scene, but it could use ComfyUI as the engine to actually render it perfectly based on specific instructions.
Okay, so it's the execution layer. The agent is the strategist. ComfyUI is the specialist carrying out the detailed orders.
Precisely. That reframes it completely.
And that makes sense why the users who love it really love it. Looking at the community feedback, they rave about the workflow editor. They talk about how it helps organize complex tasks, document them, share them easily. They aren't asking the AI to think for them.
No, they want the AI to execute their very specific thoughts flawlessly. And the execution power is, frankly, pretty impressive. It supports advanced models right away, like Qwen Image Edit. Users really highlight how flexible it is, and crucially, how well it maintains style and context during tricky image edits. That's often where generative tools struggle, but ComfyUI seems to handle it.
Keeping things consistent across steps. Yeah, that's huge.
Absolutely. And then there's the customization. You can add custom nodes, tap into community extensions.
You can really tailor it. Like, if a studio needs a very specific, unique image processing pipeline, they could build that functionality right in.
Exactly. It's built for that kind of extension. So wrapping it up, the big picture here is that ComfyUI gives those professional, creative users the maximum possible control over the doing part of complex, generative AI work. It really stands out as this incredibly robust tool, this execution engine, rather than a hands-off agent.
So a key takeaway then is that sometimes the most powerful platform isn't the one making all the choices, but the one that executes the chosen path perfectly. Definitely one for the builders out there needing that fine-grained control. Great discussion. Thanks so much for joining us. And if you want to explore ComfyUI or other tools like it, you can find them over at aiagentstore.ai. And please do rate this conversation wherever you listen. It really helps us out. Thanks again.